Tonight, we crack open Lux Row 4-grain double single barrel. What? You know, when I first saw this on the shelf, I think it was over at Habit's bottle shop over in Marietta, I thought to myself, double single barrel. Is this a joke? But when you read into it, you understand what they're talking about. This is a 4-grain mash bill. So we got corn, wheat, rye, and barley. I don't know in what percentages, but I do know that, and it says right here on the bottle, it says double single barrel. It gives you the wheated barrel number, and it gives you the rye barrel number. So now you get it. It was 2 single barrels that they put together, double barrel, right? It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey from Lux Row, and it says a perfect and flowery mix of Lux Row's finest mash bills, wheat, rye, corn, and malted barley combined together in perfect harmony. So it really doesn't give you the mash bill, but it kind of tells you it's a good mash bill. Well, Lux Row is a distiller, and they're actually a fairly big family of bourbons that you've heard of. Rebel, Ezra Brooks, Lux Row Distillers, Davies County, Blood Oath, David Nicholson is basically their lineup. And if you go to their website, luxrowdistillers.com, you see a lot of bottles that you'll recognize. I didn't know that Lux Row was into so many different bourbons, and this, you know, it's kind of like Heaven Hill makes a lot of different bourbons, but there's really only a couple that actually say Heaven Hill on it, and I think that's the same thing with Lux Row. And they describe this as a 4-grain bourbon combining a single barrel of ryed bourbon and with a single barrel of wheated bourbon. A perfect and flavorful mix of our finest mash bills. Ingredients: 4 grains, wheat, rye, corn, and malted barley blended together in perfect harmony. 57.5% alcohol or 115 proof. And they give us some tasting notes here, which I always like when they do that because I can kind of compare them. I'm no connoisseur of tasting notes, so I like to see what they say and say, like, do I agree or don't agree? So on the aroma, they say oak, caramel, and vanilla. Well, that's all pretty good. But the oak is first. And I gotta stop swirling with this arm because every time I do that, I'm going like, nope, don't do it, don't do it. Well, I'll tell you that oak is first. And yeah, caramel, molasses, brown sugar kind of flavors, traditional. And I would say vanilla and other baking spices. It smells pretty traditional. It does smell a little oaky, and it does smell a little sweet. So, they say the palate is caramel or caramel. I grew up in South Florida. We always say caramel. Caramel, citrus, vanilla, and cinnamon. Well, let's find out. Cheers. Oh my God. That has got a punch of flavor. For a minute, I thought I was drinking Stag. I mean, that proof just hit you like a missile right between the eyes, followed like a burst of flavor, of sweetness, of the caramel and vanilla and cinnamon. I mean, like a bomb right to your brain. A citrus, I really didn't pick up the citrus, but that caramel, vanilla, and cinnamon, that is and I've said this before, it's a fruit bomb. It's a caramel fruit bomb. Because I am getting fruit in there too. And I can't really pick out the fruit. I would say a medium to dark fruit. But that caramel, and well, they said citrus, so there you go. That's a little bit lighter than what I pick up, but that caramel and the fruit and the vanilla, and really a burst of cinnamon, like dentine gum cinnamon. On the finish, they talk about velvety smooth with a mellow oak finish. I would disagree with that. Not the velvety smooth, it is. But I would say more of a baking spice finish, a light baking spice. The oak may be there and it may have just dissipated and I didn't notice it. But let's take one more sip and we'll go to final thoughts. And we're going to rank this puppy. Final thoughts. Well, they give you some more information on the side here. It says a traditional rye bourbon distilled from the finest ingredients, an unmistakable spicy flavor with hints of caramel and vanilla, and a smooth, mellow finish. And then on the wheated bourbon, they say a definitely smooth wheated bourbon made from an award-winning recipe dating back to 1849. Well, that's interesting. Notes of caramel and citrus, so the citrus comes from the wheated bourbon, abound with a velvety oak finish. So that's what they're talking about with the finish. I will get another one of these, and I don't remember what I paid for it, honestly. I've got it a while back. We'll put it on the bottom of the screen. Sometimes I do my due diligence ahead of the video, sometimes I don't. It's Friday night. I'm lazy. So I think it was reasonably priced, but whatever it was, I'm impressed with the taste and the finish. Wow. And 115 proof. It drinks, that first sip, yeah, you pick up to 115, but past that, it drinks more like 100, 105. I'm not getting any burn on the back of my throat. 115. I get more burn from, honestly, the Old Forester 1920 than I do from this Lux Row double single barrel. Well, that brings us to our recommendation system, 1 through 5. 5 being the worst. I honestly don't recommend it, and I've got a video in production right now that'll be a 5. It'll be out in the next week. Unfortunately, yeah, occasionally I do get a 5. This one, nowhere close to it. This one, I will tell you, is a solid 2. I'd almost rank it higher, but there's no reason. I've seen this in several bottle shops. There's no reason to go out and stop the video right now and go and get it. I think it'll be there tomorrow and the day after. I think it's kind of like one of those bourbons that people don't know a lot about, and they go like, oh, the price tag, you know, I can get me this or that or one of my favorites and still have money left over. Trust me, you want to try this bourbon. You want to buy this bourbon. This is delicious. This is a treat. I would think of it as being a weekend sipper, not just special occasions, but you know, on the weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, you want a nice pour, something with a little higher proof. You're sitting back having a good time with friends. This is one of those type bourbons. Oh yeah. So solid level 2. We think it should be your next purchase. So we hope you will like this video, you will comment and share, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button so we can keep bringing you quality videos like this. And if you're not a member, and that's in YouTube land, not some other mechanism, We have a membership right now that gives you early access to all the videos we put out, and then some videos that are going just to members. So please look at that. If you want to join up, we're glad to have you. We're providing more content every day. But please look at possibly joining as a member and supporting the channel. And as always, please drink responsibly. Never drink and drive. And I'm going to use the correct arm this time. See you next time. Look at that cavity underneath that. I could hide a family of 4 underneath there.